Happy Monday, everyone, and happy June. I am. You've been all over my house in some different places, and I'm in a strange place. I'm up on the third floor in a little kind of an awning in front of the bathroom. I've got this little fella. Her name is Bendy. Bendy was a foster cat that we fostered for a couple of days, and we failed at fostering. Bendy is now a full-fledged Lindsley and is very friendly, and she was spayed, and so we're keeping her away from the dogs for about 10 days, and we'll introduce them in there. But she's a sweetie and very affectionate, and I'm going to try to do the Monday message up here, and we'll probably get interrupted a few points. Anyway, here is what is on my mind today. Of course, we finished up as of yesterday our Getting Connected with Our Church Family Month, but the connection needs still continue. So just, phone call or text or Zoom even. You can do it on your own Zoom. And one of the things I learned from those Making Connections video I did is, to a person, everyone talked about how they felt in some ways more connected to their church family in the midst of all of this, and we haven't been together in person. And I do think that's the Holy Spirit at work and in the good things that are going on in our church. Our high school seniors, I've been circling up with them now that we are talking, of course, about outdoor worship. If you missed that, go back there's a link below to last week's Monday message where you can get all the details. We don't know when it's going to be, of course, but we got a plan for when we do it. And they are excited about giving their senior homilies at an outdoor worship service when we are back together. Don't know which one yet, but stay tuned. That'll be coming soon. When you ask what's on my mind this past week, very, very, very much on my mind has been the racial unrest in our country with the murders of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, all of the protests and the riots in all over the country. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that I am learning and have learned is it's one thing for us to, go out and talk about how racism is bad and we don't like it. But as white people, we have to think about the ways that we are part of systemic racism and the systems in there. And that's not something that we want to do. We tend to want to look at the Amy Coopers in Central Park or the police officer in Minneapolis and go, those are the real problem. I'm not the problem. And when we differentiate ourselves from sort of those obvious extreme forms of racism, what we do is we absolve ourselves from doing the work that we need to do. We as white people have what's called white privilege. We don't even realize it. I saw a post that Paul Roberts, our Montreat speaker from a few years ago, put up on Facebook. And his 17-year-old son, he lives in Atlanta, his 17-year-old son was going out for a run. And Paul felt the need to, as he put it, hold vigil. And he took a picture of him waiting. I have a 17-year-old son, and he'll go for a run every now and then. And I don't feel compelled to do that at all. That is white privilege. We have, as white people, have to educate ourselves to see things that we have failed to see so that we can be part of the change. And that change begins with us first. So, as I announced in my sermon yesterday, I am launching into, in the coming week or so, sort of an initiative, and I invite you to be part of it, called Doing the Work. Confronting and addressing our role in systemic racism. Doing the work, the title comes from some friends of color who have said to me, white people need to do the work. It's not a people of color's job to tell us about racism. We're the ones that created this. We've got to be the ones to fix it. This initiative is going to involve doing some reading books, articles, listening to podcasts, watching movies and short videos, and sort of a suggested pace over the course of 6 weeks. And then sort of a journaling component, if you will, capturing what you've learned, where you felt your white fragility in that. We'll talk about what that means. If you are interested in being part of this endeavor, there's a link below in the email, a little form for you to submit your name and your email, and I will be in touch in the coming week as I get everything together. I do hope that you will consider being part of this with me. I think more and more that this is some of the most important work that we as a church have ever done. We've got to be part of fixing this, and that begins with each one of us ourselves. So I hope that you'll consider that. Bendy, how are you? You're good? All right. One last thing. I've got a couple of folks who wanted to say hi to you.
Hi everybody, hope you're doing well and staying safe. We miss seeing everyone and hope to see you all soon. Take care.
Hi, hope you all are doing well. We're working hard to keep the building and grounds clean and safe and ready for the return. We're ready to open safely. Y'all stay safe out there.
Good morning, Trinity friends. I thought I'd come out to the Memorial Garden so you could hear the fountain running. It's very peaceful out here. The sun is starting to come out for a change after 2 weeks of rain. The lilies are blooming out here in the Memorial Garden. So if you have a little bit of time and you'd like to come and sit out on a bench and just have some peaceful thinking time and need a change of pace and scenery, this is a great place to come and do that. I found this little saying that I'd like to read to you. It's very appropriate, at least for me right now. And here it goes. It says, I'm missing my family, I'm missing my friends, I'm missing everyone who matters to me. But for now, I'm blowing you the biggest kiss ever. Love you always and forever.
Friends, we are still church even as we are apart. We continue to stay connected, and we continue to want to make a difference in our world and do the work on ourselves first. I hope that you'll have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. Bendy says goodbye. Be safe, be kind, be church. Take care. Some podcasts. Engaging in some, well, she's never done this before. Wow, look at that. Hey, Bendy. What are you doing?